Miami Heat Nation, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about some expectations and predictions heading into the 2024-2025 season. Now, I did this last year for the 2022-2023, and so we're going to do it this year. Seemed like you guys are really enjoy the content. So, obviously I got new supporters and new people that are viewing my face for the first time. So, hey, my name is Trent, and I upload content every single day, so smash that subscribe button. Now, how we're going to do this is obviously we're going to do prediction for the record. We could talk about the postseason, my expectations for certain players on the roster, and a potential rotation heading into next year, including the two-way players and stuff like that. So, starting off, as y'all see on the screen, this is the team that we are going to be most likely rolling with heading into next year. So, obviously, we got our cornerstone piece in Bam Adebayo. Unfortunately, we do got Thomas Bryant. We do have a free agency addition in Alec Burks. We do have Jimmy Butler playing on a contract year, pretty much. Him trying to get that contract extension, so that should be interesting. Unfortunately, we still got Tyler Herro. We did bring back Haywood Highsmith. Fortunately, I thought that was very solid on a solid deal. We got Jaime, continue to keep improving, so I'm super excited to see him take that next leap. We got Keshad Johnson on a two-way contract. This dude's probably like an Andre Iguodala type, and I can't wait to see how Spo operates with him. We got Jovic taking another leap. We got our second-round pick in Larson. We brought back Kevin Love. We don't have Patty Mills, thank God. Zion Poland is on a two-way contract, but he didn't play too much in Summer League, so we'll be interesting to see what do they do with Zion Poland. Do they give it to Isaiah Stevens? Do they give it to Josh Christopher? So we'll see what happens with Zion Poland. Maybe he just goes to the G League. We'll see. Josh Richardson's obviously back. We still got Duncan Robinson. Terry Rozier is fully healthy. We'll be back, so that's a good note. We still got Drew Smith, which I just don't understand why he's on a two-way contract. Please get him off my roster. The dude sucks. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And then Cole Swider, and obviously our first-round pick, Kel'el Ware, who looks absolutely incredible. And then Alonzo Williams. Now, we may potentially be losing out on Alonzo Williams depending what direction the Miami Heat want to go. That two-way contract situation is going to be interesting because you already got 3 two-ways, but Drew Smith needs to get cut. Zion Poland most likely needs to cut. You want Isaiah Stevens and you want Josh Christopher, but Keshad Johnson will be the 3 players that have it, so you have to miss out on Alonzo Williams and Cole Swider. And Alonzo Williams was the main playmaker for that Miami Heat Summer League team, so we'll see what this front office does. Let's see if they make dumb decisions and possibly get a lot of fans upset. So this is the roster that we are rolling with. Now, start off with a record prediction, right? So the last couple of seasons, we haven't really done too much. Like, let's just be honest, right? So this is 2023, 2024. Our record was 46-36, and once again, we were a playing team. And so from the season before, in the 2022-2023, we were 44-38. So we only got 2 more wins. So if the pattern continues to go, maybe it will be 48 wins and 34 losses, and that will make us like the 4th seed. Hopefully that will be the case. But with this season, and maybe I'm just being delusional, whatever the case may be, I do think this roster is fine. I really do. If Spo doesn't work the rotations properly, then there's some big question marks. But when you go out there with a healthy Terry, depending what you do with Tyler, hopefully a healthy Duncan, but Jimmy, Bam, Kel'el Ware, and Jovic and Jaime, this team should easily be around the same where they're at right now, 48-50 wins, depending how the Miami Heat want to take the regular season, because we all know they do not take that regular season serious at all. And I don't know what's the reasoning, but due to injuries, Jimmy just not trying enough. But if they do take the regular season serious, I give it around 48-50 wins. 50-32, I think, will be solid. And I'm projecting this team to not be a playing team for the 3rd year in a row. We have to be a top 6. I will say teams did get better in the Eastern Conference, and that is a little bit concerning because the Heat, you could say they did get better, but a lot of these teams actually add star talent like a KCP to the Orlando Magic, the Pacers low-key running it back, but they're really good over there. The Knicks, the Sixers, the Celtics, they all made some moves and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be the top 3. So we have to be competing for that 4, 5, 6. As long as the Miami Heat are a top 6 seed, I'll be happy. Just simple as that, because that's my expectations for this team. So 48-50 wins heading into next year. Now, when we look at the team that we have, right, the rotations most likely, I'm gonna put it back on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about, right? It's going to be interesting. So going back to this screen right here, right? So obviously You got Terry. Terry Rozier is going to be your starting guard. For now, Tyler Hero will be your starting 2. Jimmy Butler's your starting 3. The 4 positions interesting. I don't know what they do with Jovic. Does Jovic continue to start? But Bam's going to be the 5, right? So you have 4 players locked in. Maybe all 5 if Jovic is that lock. But I do expect some changes, right? Why won't you throw Jaime at the 4? Or do you just do it right off rip and put Bam at the 4 and Kel'el Ware at the 5, especially with Kel'el Ware going absolutely crazy in Summer League? Or do they just put Kel'el Ware as the backup center and kind of, smoothly operate him into the league and stuff like that? And then they have Thomas Bryant and Kevin Love kind of playing that 4-5, starting the year off. I do think Thomas Bryant, the reason why he's back is because I do think they expect him to play. They didn't really expect too much out of Kel'el Ware until they seen him play. So I do expect Thomas Bryant to be in the rotation early in the season. But outside of that, don't really expect too much. So that's going to be your starting 5. But either way, you have Duncan coming off your bench. You got Jaime if he coming off your bench. And then it's either going to be Burks or Richardson. That's going to be the big question. Josh Richardson's clearly not healthy at the moment. So I don't expect him to play too much. But like I said, you got Robinson, you got Jaime, and Kel'el Ware. That's your probably big 3 right there, and Haywood Highsmith. You probably need a guard coming off the bench because there's no playmaking ability. And this is why it makes sense for Tyler to go back into the bench, because he can run that playmaking ability. He can run that offense, put Duncan into the starting lineup, and then it'll just make more sense. So that's probably going to be your starting 9-8 rotation. Burks is probably going to make it, depending, and that's because Josh Richardson is not going to be healthy, right? And then obviously you got your 2-way players, which don't really expect them to play too much to start off the season unless an injury happens. And I do think Ashad Johnson deserves to play right away because everything that he brings. But, you may see players like Josh Richardson not play for a little while. You may see players like Drew Smith, don't know why he's on the roster, not playing. And that's what you're going to really go with. So Bam's going to be a lock. Thomas is going to be a lock for a little bit. Burks can be up and down, but I do think early in the season he will play. Jimmy, Tyler, Haywood, Highsmith, Jaime, and stuff like that. Jovic will play. I don't think Larson will play, but I do think eventually near the end of the season he will play. Kevin Love will play. Very minimal minutes. Duncan will play, of course, if he's healthy. And Josh Richardson will eventually play, but not early in the year. That's personally my opinion. So that's kind of my rotation with this team. It's going to be a lot of battles in training camp, and that's excellent to see because you want training camp battles. You want that. We have so many shooting guards on this team. We have so many guards. We're really small if you think about it. Besides Haywood, Highsmith, Jaime, and stuff like that, and Jovic and Bam and Ware. Well, you could say Thomas, Bryant, and Love, but whatever. One of these guards need to get traded, and that's the reason why I made a video on it. So if this is a team that we're going to go with, it's going to be Burks or Richardson fighting for that position. Jaime obviously is going to be a lock. Haywood Highsmith is going to be a lock. K Love's obviously going to be playing minimal minutes and stuff like that. And Kel'el Ware. So this team shall be interested in a 50-win season, depending how Jimmy comes out this year. So let me know what you guys think about my expectations and predictions. You comment your own expectations and predictions in the comment sections. I love you guys so much, and I'm out. And follow for more Miami content.